morning. This is September of 2025, and I'm here with my dad, Reverend Robert Lee Davis, who has written 2 books and is a noted author. I'm going to ask him to explain to you how God calls a preacher to be a pastor of a church. So, Dad, you were telling me about how you did not want to be a pastor or anything in the church because your brother Mac, which is my Uncle John, he was already called when he was like 12 or 13. You did not want to follow in his footsteps. You wanted to make your own footsteps. So tell us how God called you to the ministry that you are still administering to this day.
You may speak.
Yes.
Actually, God called me in the ministry when I personally did not want to be a minister, but it continued to develop on my mind. And I felt the need that God was calling me to preach. And at one point in time, I decided that if I said some bad words, God would not call me. So I started using words that was not good in the fight, and I wouldn't dare let my daddy hear me using those terms. But at the same time, God was still enforcing upon me to preach the gospel. And preaching the gospel is something I did not want to do, to be a preacher, because my brother John already was a preacher, and I was hoping it would be left there. But it started bothering me so much until I had to finally come out and confess to my dad that I was a preacher, and to my mom. And I was kind of hoping that they would not believe a word I was saying. But they did. They accepted me very well, and they said that they could tell that there was something about me. So as a result, then I was taken to the pastor of my church, whose name is Reverend O.H. Brody, and I was put up, as my brother John was, I was put up to preach my trial sermon. And after having preached my trial sermon, the church voted upon me that I would be noted as a preacher stood as a member of the church. So that's how I started preaching right there.
Wow, amazing. So what the lesson is you cannot outrun God.
That's absolutely true.